A wonderful love hello to all of you here for a new love oracle, love tarot. And I embrace you very, very warmly and tightly. Today we are looking into the energy, your heart person, your counterpart, your desired partner. Was he or she someone you might have been in a relationship with, had contact with? Was he or she honest with you? We will look into that. We also have this question from the collective. And you can always very gladly make wishes, suggestions for a collective reading. Write them in the comments. And today we will look into it. Dear ones, we are in the collective. Person cards are gender neutral. And a collective reading cannot apply to everyone. But I know you take exactly what is right for you, for your situation, what fits. And you always transform it for yourselves as well. Once again, a very warm hello, a big warm hug, and thank you for your kindness in the comments. Thank you very much for that. It makes me happy every day anew and touches my heart. You are wonderful. And now I would say, let's go, let's take a look. What's going on there? Was he or she honest or dishonest? Then let's see what I want to show here, a bit more detail about what I have in mind. Oops then. I'll take it right away if you slip out like that. Well, okay, it's starting off well, but that doesn't mean anything yet. There are definitely entanglements here. He or she was caught up in such an entanglement here. Complications, these are somehow detours. Detours are shown, and there was something toxic here too. But also a renewal, something was here. Yes, he was somewhat lacking in strength, but I would say, I would call it that now in this combination. Other people really also from his past, definitely, whom he has known for a long time, are entanglements. And they have shown more strength, more power towards him or her, so they really showed their claws. And that's good. They always knew exactly what they wanted and had him in their grasp. There was something in this connection. Shall we take a closer look? In any case, they are people or experiences from his past. Yes? And there is always such a bond again and again. A bond. There was also something here that then put him in a shaky position in the connection with you, in the relationship, contact, relationship, no matter how. Always brought him into such a shaky position because he realized something no longer fits. Something no longer fits. Let's see what clarity we can get here when we delve deeper. In this situation, so we have the fish, the key, okay? So, fish. Key is a topic for him. Something here touches his inner self. His inner self, and yes, there is this touched feeling. There is always a feeling that is triggered. Something has been set in motion here. Set in motion, this shedding, so to speak, this renewal of the old. So there was something in the connection you were in that has been happening in him or her. He was closed off, the counterpart. Closed off, but something has happened here, has gone into change, that he is opening up, has come, the problem solving. There was something here with problems, so problem with problem. The connection was definitely afflicted. But inside him, it has been swirling tremendously. And in him, something also opened up. As I said, I always stay here, stuck on this renewal. These entanglements, yes, but also this renewal. Complications, okay? But let's take a look at what exactly these complications are about. So, it's there again for the long haul. Good. We'll also take another look to see what else shows up here. In any case, the time tendency, depending on what it might be here in communication or so, or what is shown there in the reading. So, well, Holla Marie, things really went wild inside him. He really deceived himself here. He fooled himself, the young man, or the lady, depending. But one thing I can tell you for sure, dishonesty, guaranteed towards oneself. Completely. Insecurity. The entire family life. Insecurity in communication. So, we definitely have a clear message here. Wrong decision made. Or rather, decisions have been made by others repeatedly. So, what do we have for happiness? Well then, ta-da! And there you are. The connection you were in. He did not let himself go. I can tell you that for sure. When I speak of him, most viewers are women. I speak from a woman's perspective. And please adapt it for yourselves. So, it also means her. Person cards are always gender neutral. Male as well as female, that is your counterpart. Someone has been hit hard. Because the contact with you, the connection with you has really triggered a lot. Triggered in the sense of entanglements, and he deceived himself. He felt, we really have like two sides. He felt, wow, there is something there. There is something there, and now I am here in this area, this renewal, this getting to know, living, experiencing these feelings of happiness differently, more intensely than they have always been. With them, I was always just skimming the surface. She deceived herself, lied to herself, really lied to herself. And that's the thing, that he maintained the connection with you up to a certain radius, but not beyond that. And the reason for that is because he is insecure. You must have certainly noticed that in one way or another during communication, or reacted strangely. This bam suddenly totally offended or something like that. But that was always the point. Knee-jerk reactions, because he became insecure, because he no longer knew how he or she could argue what he should say now. It was like, what do I do now? And this reaction came from that insecurity. Because you repeatedly brought him into insecurity in a positive sense, because he realized that nothing is the way it used to be. It's not like that at all anymore. Very big issues are with your counterpart. In the connection between you two have been or are still current. As I said, you know time. It may be that in the relationship at a certain time or even currently, there's this back and forth, on, off, on, off. And as I said, he's fooling himself. He repeatedly has these fears, this showing off to the outside, this materialism, this money, the income like this and that. So that doesn't fit. That's not true. It's not true. He doesn't want to admit that it's not so rosy exciting as it seems, because it's not like that at all. Basically, he is more or less as sometimes, but meant kindly like a little child. And certainly nervous. And the connection between the two of you, or if you currently have contact, so the current situation, or if you have been in a relationship before, collectively, right? It's like this, where he is definitely not honest, is A, the financial topic, the situation. Because there I always have to show something different outwardly, present myself differently. Because I have him completely caught up in his fears. Absolutely. He manages to handle it all, yes. But that's a topic for which some people are indeed ashamed towards you. Because I also have the communication blockage there. So, it might also be that some people are avoiding you a bit. To avoid this, what are you asking now? Because he doesn't know how to react to it. Maybe he said too much, like, yes, then I'll do this, this, and that. This is working, this is working, this is working. Yes, but nothing is working. So, and now it's like, what do I say now? I also find him dishonest in this area. And with one or the other, but also when it comes to communication with someone else. Maybe he told you, or, as I said, either you were in a relationship or are currently in this connection. Whether it's friendship, a song, or whatever. In any case, love is involved here. So that's not a question. So it's as sure as amen in church. Also in this connection. It's like this, if he said no, he has no contact with another. No, definitely not. He told everyone he was or is in a relationship with you. For example, please always adapt it for yourselves. And it's like this, that's not true. It's not because he's ashamed or because he wants to keep doors open here. No, no. In this reading, I see his reputation with him. And that is, he always wants to look good. He always wants to be the good one. He wants to be great, not to be seen, because that's from his past, that he wasn't seen. And that gnaws at him tremendously. So, as I said, it has nothing to do with you, that you might be embarrassing to him, or that he wants to keep everything open for others. He just always wants to be seen because he is totally insecure himself. And through that, he repeatedly gains his security for himself. Self-confidence. A stupid way, yes. I see it the same way. And it's like this, if he said no contact at all. No, that's not true. When someone contacts him, it's like this, I am needed. Wow. And always trying to get on good terms, no matter how stupidly this person or people have treated him, both male and female. This falseness, these intrigues, this dominance, the power, the strength, which we also saw here at the beginning, shows itself again here. And that's it. He always becomes small again, like a little child. Always this, hey, yeah, sure, I'll do it, no problem. Again and again. Helpfulness, I'm here, that kind of thing. That's always his theme. And that was also in the relationship, or is currently in the relationship between you. Not future-oriented, I want to make that very clear here. Not future-oriented. Is that always the sticking point with this man? He will get out of it. But as I said, I can't interpret it further now because we have it here just on the edge. And with him, it's like this. It comes up again and again. But it's already fading because I also see the cut, the end. He just wants to show it. This, he needed me, he can do it. Yes, he will be seen well, always be seen well. So it would be fatal for him if he was seen negatively or poorly. Like this, you are the bad guy. No, I don't see him like that, so it's rather different. No matter what he shows you on the outside, because I already have a bit of pure entertainment here. And that is not love. I want to say that about it. No, love. But this could be about material things, support, maybe an authority or something else. Something like that. But even that is already out for me here. And also, if you have been in a relationship, I also have that, the cut. It is ended, will be ended. So
There is nothing where I would say, wow, something is brewing. No, I don't have that here. So in that area, he was not honest with you. He was also not honest with you about what he really feels, what fears he has, what worries, what concerns. His problems, because he is in that area, he deals with it. Himself, why, I have already told you, and everything fits. Everything is fine. Or briefly touched on small things, yes, that he wanted your advice, for example. But with the big things for him, he completely closed off, he shuts down. And there he was also not entirely honest, did not open up, really let himself go. And because this insecurity kept coming back, what he felt for you, because he has never felt like this before, so intensely. If he told you that, he has never felt so intensely. He has never felt this love so intensely before, something in this area. I can tell you for sure, that is the truth. That is the absolute truth. Because he loves you. The change in him, the love, the affection, the love has deepened. And this consistency is also shown in this area. But as I said, the area, even if he said no, he doesn't let anyone tell him anything. That's not entirely honest. He lied a little there. Because they do have the upper hand, his environment. Not all of them. Some more, some less. Maybe also like that in the past. I have some past-related topics lying around here. So that area already, I come back to the fact that from others, no, I don't let anyone tell me anything, and I never have. That's not true. There, I find him much too unstable, lying. His self-confidence. Yes, what else do we have here? Transformation. Yes, something old becomes, ends as something new begins. A new farewell. Section A. New section. And there it goes, even if there hasn't been this silence all the time. Stagnation. Nothing has happened there. This stagnation, these are his fears. This is his issue, where he didn't want to leave his own comfort zone. There are the problems, the difficulties, the obstacles. The complications, the blockages. This is being replaced because it makes him or her sick. This section is ending where others have influence over him. And these behaviors where he always held on, he himself didn't have the strength. And there it goes, out of the blockage. That is the change that is being shown. The problems, blockages, difficulties, delays, yes. Because it goes to his core, to his limit. And that was also the case in the connection, because as I said, he has never felt the way he felt for you, which he still does, by the way. This is not just in the past, it was like that. And then that is still the case because I have it very stable. And stability, that shows the transformation here. From these blockages, it will end, this transformation. What is old will end, what is new will begin. The blockages will be resolved, dissolved, what is new will begin. Problems will be solved. And there, that is the change it is about. Because he also feels, has felt, that this is the time. Now is the time to change something. He is entering this transformation. So change, transformation, metamorphosis, everything is being shown there. That is wow. And there is a lot active within him. And he is in this area where there was no ease. Here is the ease. And there is the change. There is the transformation. As I said, he knows now is the time. It still occupies him, no matter how long you haven't had contact or whatever. No matter how long ago it was. It doesn't matter at all how many weeks, months, or years it has been. He is now in this change because he is dealing with it now. He is dealing with it, this connection with you, this heart touching. So he definitely hasn't forgotten you. I can tell you that for sure. Nothing is forgotten. The drop is not yet sucked. Definitely not. It's far from being sucked. It's a long-lasting sucker. So there is really movement coming in. There is also a lot of movement within him, even if it progresses slowly, okay. But we have movement. Because he knows now is the time to open up. More and more is coming, more and more into the opening, into the heart opening. And it's moving out of all the blockages. As I said, it's going into this change. And it's also about, for him, it's about this redemption, completely into redemption. So here we already have a bit of slow movement, yes. But it's also like this, when I have quite a lot of past issues. Here it's also already, it's been working for quite some time with him. So we are here regarding what is working for him, let's say, in the past. We now go back there 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, around this time. That's when it all started, approximately 6 to 7. That something happened there, it could also have been the month. So from that perspective, there is really quite a lot of activity already, yes. But we are coming back into consistency and into change. And the theme of the past, as I said, is emphasized very, very, very much here. But it is being replaced. What has been holding him back is being completely replaced. And I find that fantastic again. It's like this. He is now in this phase. And even if you have no contact, if everything breaks off again, I only see this in the days to weeks range, that everything goes back into change. And that's right. It clicks for him. Wow. Yes, now everything is clear. I have now worked through everything. I have about 4 to 5. I would say 4 to 5 weeks. Days, I would say in this case, no to days. That's much too short for me. So I would say weeks, months within this time. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching. I wish you a wonderful, beautiful rest of the day. And very important, what he said, it wasn't because he wanted to hurt you. He simply didn't want to, he can't stand up for himself. These are his own issues, but he is in this change, in this phase of detachment. And then he moves into this area, and that is the heart opening. Feel warmly embraced. Goodbye.